Welcome to another episode of the Marketing School Podcast. I am Erica Martin, your host, and we are towards the end of 2024 as I record this, but moving into 2025. And we are also going live on TikTok at the same time. So I want to welcome everyone who is new to my ecosystem and kind of, learning who I am. I'm a marketing expert who's been doing this for 23 years. So I worked for Target for 10 of those years, running marketing teams, and I've been doing this a long time. So leave a comment if you are a business owner, drop a comment below, or, if you're listening to this on the podcast, please leave a review. I want to hear from you guys and understand what industry my audience is from. We're going to talk about content and more of marketing trends, social media version for 2025. What's going to happen as business owners? What kind of content should we be making? Let's talk about that because there is a lot of change happening. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go through all of this today. And at the end, stay because I have something free for you. And I think it's going to make a huge difference when it comes to marketing your business. So content, we're calling content. Content is, let's say, social media for the time being, video, static posts, lives, whatever that may be on social media. What is going to be different in 2025? So our goal is to stay ahead of these trends and know what's coming before they actually happen. And the reason for that is so that we can be very aware and very on top of kind of what's happening and have our pulse on that finger. And that's kind of that's what I do. That's my job. That's my job inside of my program, inside of my course. We have a membership program and we have a step-by-step 7-day, I'm calling it boot camp, but it's really a marketing academy where in 7 days we will transform your marketing so you are actually making leads and sales from your social media. So let's get into what's going to happen in 2025. So we're seeing a few shifts, right? AI came in 2024 with it crawled. It didn't even crawl. Take that back. It jumped in and it was wild, right? AI with marketing. I know there's a lot of AI out there in different industries, but when it comes to marketing, AI took over. We're seeing so many business owners go to ChatGPT and have ChatGPT or Claude or some of those other ones write social media content for them. Is that a mistake in 2025? My opinion is yes, unless you have the right prompts. Now, your ChatGPT is amazing at a lot of things. I even have a GPT. If you go over to ChatGPT and you go to Explore GPTs, go to Social Marketing GPT. My brain has been uploaded into that GPT. So if you want to go check it out, please do. Hey to everyone live. But what we're seeing is the copy paste phenomenon, can't say that word today, of ChatGPT coming into the world of social media. AI is amazing. Is it amazing at writing copy for social media? It's not there yet. Can it get you a little ways there? You bet. Can you use it? You bet. But do not copy paste because what's going to happen is it's going to be written in a way that's very robotic. It's not going to learn you right away. And the prompts that we're seeing out there are very, I want to say entry level, like write a caption for this post about this, boom, and it gives you a very generic information. It's not giving us detail. It's not giving us depth and emotion and that human voice. People want to buy from humans. They do not want to buy from a robot. So keep that in mind when you're creating social media content, is that if you're going to use ChatGPT, use it, copy it, paste it, and then go back and re-edit it inside of the app that you're posting on. Don't use it verbatim, okay? Because it's not there yet. It's not exactly dialed in when it comes to a brand voice. Now, how can we use it? I mean, we're going to use it to speed up our process for sure, but it's not 100% there. There's other tools out there that are, I've seen so many like this. There's a tool I believe called like Blaze or like all these other weird tools out there that's like going to take over your social media. I've tried a lot. None of them are doing that. You still need someone to go in and create that social media content for you. If you're going to ChatGPT and you are having it create your social media content or using an AI, tool to create your content, it's still a mistake. We can still tell. The videos, the graphics, they look like AI. They look like a room that was created by AI if you're an interior designer, or it isn't the right thing. So take your own photos if you can. Use AI for more research and strategy and some email copy, and then you maybe go in and edit it, but don't rely on AI 100%. So personalized content is still going to rise above the whole AI content creation, right? Now, you can use tools like, I really like vidyo.io, video.io, I can't say that right. As, if I'm doing long form content, I will use that to trim up some short form content. That's a great AI tool. It's adding captions, it's cutting out the ums. That's a great tool. But again, you don't want it to replace you. I've used HeyGen. I've tried to train that thing to be me on social media, and it's not good. It's like my voice and a whole octave higher. Not what I want. So AI it's there. It's stormed in. It's going to advance in 2025 as far as marketing goes, but I want you to be very cautious how you use it. Use it for, like I said, this morning I sat down and I did some research on a whole, some client testimonials. I wanted those organized and I used ChatGPT to do it. I had to compare some lists for emails. I used ChatGPT to do it. So there's different ways to use ChatGPT. It's just making sure it's not replacing you when it comes to your social media marketing or your marketing as a whole. It can't replicate you yet. Will it in the future? Maybe, but it can't. So AI is still going to be a thing. We're going to see it evolve. We're going to see it change. I want us to be very, very cautious when it comes to using it in our marketing. So we're seeing the next kind of trend. We're seeing the rise of what we call micro content. So within social media, there's a few things happening. We have social media content. You have those videos that are 60 seconds, 90 seconds, whatever that looks like. We're seeing even shorter content where it's B-roll with captions and a title on the video, and then the arrows pointing down to read more, and then we see a longer caption in the copy. That micro content is, if a video's like 15 seconds, for example, of you just doing something, and then the app like Instagram or TikTok, it's replaying that video naturally twice. So it gives you double the views. That micro content is still it's amazing. It's good to mix it in with your talking, like I do here, talking to the video type content, but it's very much, it's going to be a thing. It's going to stick around. So start doing that. If you go to my Instagram account, Erica Martin Marketing, you will see some of that micro content being used, mixed in with some talking videos. And, let's talk briefly about TikTok. Will it go away? By the time this episode airs, there might be a decision. I don't think it will, but I'm prepared if it's not. What do you do to prepare? You do things like cross-platform traffic, making sure you have an Instagram for your business, a Facebook business page, a YouTube shorts. You are blasting that content everywhere. Now, you do not need to take 500 hours in a day. I know there's not that many hours, but you don't have to take all this time to do that. Use an app like repurpose.io to repurpose that content. So that's my spiel on that. So our attention spans as business owners and consumers, our attention spans are shrinking. So micro, short content is going to really, it's going to fit in, right? So giving that high impact, caption on the video with a really more in depth in the comments is going to be what we're going to really see. So, let's go on to the next thing. What I'm seeing with the bigger businesses, because again, I worked for Target in marketing for 10 years and I led a marketing team, and our job was very much in strategy, very much in store, all of that. We are seeing the days of celebrities kind of disappearing. And big box stores are not using celebrities like they used to. We are seeing more micro content, micro accounts. Like, for example, I have a friend. She is a home simplifier, she will declutter her home and her life and show that aspect of her lifestyle in her Instagram account. Target picked up on that. Saw she had 500 some thousand followers, and they've asked her, "Hey, we'll do kind of a collab. We'll give you something or pay you, and then you make content for us." The reason that is working for these big companies, so if you're a bigger company or you work for a bigger company in marketing, take note. The reason that it is working is because that content is more relatable. They are finding they're selling more when you have a micro influencer doing this micro content, just a video or two about their home and how they use like products like Target. They're finding that more beneficial because we as consumers can relate to that. So don't go out and spend a bunch of money on a celebrity or waste. Like, I'm sorry that those days are gone. It's more all about these little accounts that people don't know. They've never heard of them, showing them using their products, using their services in their own home. So that's a big one. The other thing that's really going to take off, again, it started to with the whole TikTok shop experience. Instagram is doing this too, live shopping. If you sell a product, live shopping is going to be massive. Live shopping is going to take over the internet. It's going to replace, in my opinion, the days of going to a website. That's still going to be a thing. But live shopping is going to change the way we work. So keep that in mind. You can do live shopping on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. You can do live shopping anywhere. Now, if TikTok goes away, let's talk about that again. If TikTok does go away, those people are going to not go into like Blue Sky. They're not going to go there. They're not going to go to these little one-off. They're not. What they're going to do is they're going to go over to Instagram, YouTube Shorts, and Facebook. I think we're going to see the rise of Facebook come back for sure. Facebook will be up there with the rest of the accounts because they kind of tanked for a little bit. It still doesn't. I mean, I still post to Facebook every single day, but Facebook is going to rise again if TikTok goes away. And also will Instagram as well. If you have noticed in the past month, which I pay attention to this because I'm a marketer, the algorithm and the short video on both Facebook and Instagram, the way we search has completely changed. They are now putting stuff in your For You. I think we're going to see that navigation change in the next, couple of months of like For You following, just like TikTok does. But they're catching on to their algorithm and they're trying to make it bigger and better. So again, back to this micro, if you have micro content or micro influencers, if you are someone that, if you have an opportunity to work with a smaller account that can really show your content or your stuff being used, do it. It's really, really good. The other thing that we are going to see, and it's going to evolve, is personalization in the content. We are going to see businesses, for example, we're going to see businesses that are a name, change their name to be a person's name and still be a business account, but a person's name. I have one client that I work with. They were under a business kind of wellness, let's call it, business wellness name. The personal brand is what I'm getting to. The personal brand is taking off so much that we took all of those accounts and we migrated them to this person's name. Because think about it. There are more followers on Elon Musk's account than Tesla. Because people want to know, what is Elon doing? What does he drive? He can pick anything he wants. What does he drive? What does he do in his free time? People are more interested in that. And that, in return, builds a like, know, and trust factor and then drives them to their business. So if you do have a business account, my recommendation as a marketing expert is either start a personal account, not a personal, but under your own name as a business account, like your name, whatever that looks like, and use that to drive traffic to your business. Or change your business account if you can. If it's just you and a couple of employees, change that name to be your name. I think that is going to be huge. We are now becoming influencers for our own business. So this is going to be it's going to pivot, and we're going to see more and more and more because people are afraid of AI. If they see too much AI on a business account, they're going to be like, nope, I'm done with that. I want to go over and then spend my time with, a person versus an AI bot. So we're going to see that happen. We are going to see a major evolution in marketing, and my account is going to change. You're going to, if you want to watch my account, Erica Martin Marketing across all platforms, watch my account. It's going to change, and what I'm going to do different and what is working. And I know this because I manage hundreds of accounts. I have hundreds of students inside of my program. And I have a membership program where you get coaching with me. I watch all of this happen. I don't need to go out and read like magazine articles or, go on and watch trends. I see the trends happening in these accounts because I pay close attention. So what we are going to see is more personalized content that is about us and not our business. So I want to see more of you. What do you do on your free time? Where do you, like, I'm a social media, I run an agency and I run a membership program and I have a course. What do I do when I'm not doing that? Where do I work? Do I work in my office? Do I work outside? I live in Minnesota. It's cold right now. Do people want to know, like, we go ice fishing? Like, that's what we do. They want to see behind the scenes. They want that content that is very personal. Even if you're a business, they want to know who you are because that is getting deeper within that funnel. If we're talking about our customers kind of moving down a funnel, it's getting them just deeper into your ecosystem and really getting to know who you are. So we're going to see more very personal content, very, mixing in with the talking videos, you hanging out with your kids, if you want to show your children, all of that. In my business, like I said, you're going to see my account go from just talking videos to more experience stuff, right? Because I'm not only but I'm a business owner. I'm a mom. I homeschool my child. We have 2 boys. We have 2 dogs. We have a very busy household. We live on a lake in Minnesota. It's beautiful up here. It's cold as heck up here. People want to know, what do we do? So again, we need to be very, very open to the fact that people want to know us and want to really be embraced in our ecosystem. Another thing that I'm seeing as I'm coaching people and coaching businesses is one of my clients has probably about 30 to 40 reps that, they're product service reps are located all around the country. Let's talk about this. It's one company. It's one overall brand with multiple brands underneath it. So that one company, again, we manage them. They're an agency client. If I'm making content on their page, one company, I'm making content on their page, I have to grow this one account with content and people coming to that one page. I've trained them, all of their reps. I've gone through this extensive training with them to take now 34 reps. Let's say the number 35. We now have 35 people creating content in this massive world for that business. I've trained them what to say. I've given them scripts. I've told them, they're out in the field at these job sites. I'm like, take some behind the scenes. Take some, you walking into a facility, you sitting down and meeting with the person, or just panning the room you're in. It's so simple to make content. So they're making content like that on their own pages. What happens? We saw a massive increase in sales within just 1 month after implementing this whole thing. Massive increase. We saw traffic to the main page. We saw their sales, because now they're creating content to their network and ecosystem. And now we have 35 accounts making content for the same business. That would cost, if you hired me to do that for 35 accounts for your business, we would be talking about probably $200,000 to $300,000 a month to do that. That was like the most brilliant plan. And I coach them every single week. Again, we do this with another account as well. They have about 30 sales reps. I coach them every single week on what to say, what not to say, all of those things. It's phenomenal. So that where we're reaching that mass, right? With really good content. It doesn't need to be perfect and polished. And that's my next topic too. It can be real and raw. That is going to work. We are seeing the next topic of what's going to work in 2025. We are seeing a massive shift in real and raw content versus perfect and polished. YouTube just did a study where videos that are over edited, zoom in, zoom out, blings above you, they did worse than someone just sitting down and talking to the camera, just raw. They did worse. We are seeing, now this is beautiful for people that are just like, hey, I have a business and I want to grow this business, but I don't have all the beautiful background. No, you just need good lighting and people need to hear you. That's it. Get a little mic like this, plug it into your phone, start talking. If you don't want to have it, be seen, take the head off, put it right here, put it in your shirt. Nobody will know. People need to hear you and they need to see you. They want to see you talking to the camera like I am here. They want to see your eyes and they want to hear you clearly. That's what they want. They don't want this polished, perfect stuff. So let's stop that. Let's get that out of the way. That is good news for a lot of creators. Let's talk about SEO, search engine optimization. Keywords are king when it comes to content. How your content gets categorized by these algorithms are what you're saying in the video, what captions are on the video, and then what is in your copy. So if you're making a video about, Instagram marketing tips, you need to have it up above you. You need to have it on your screen. You need to say it. And you need to have that Instagram marketing tips, that phrase nailed down in your copy. Now, how do you find what people are searching for? This is the biggest question I get as a marketing expert. There's a couple ways. One, the good old standard easy way is going to google.com. You can go into Google. You can then type in your, what you do or a phrase, and there's going to be a bunch of drop downs underneath that. That's what people are searching for. If you hit return and you go down further, it's going to be a little drop down. This is what other people are looking for that are similar. Look at that. That is going to be those are all phrases that we need to use in our content. Here's the key. And this is the minute I sit down with a new client, here's what I see. The reason that their content doesn't do well is they're using their language, not their customer's language, not the language of the audience. They're talking about using really big terms that are industry jargon that nobody understands. Dumb it down in the nicest way possible and use their language. You can also go to answerthepublic.com, do a search, get a whole bunch of information off of that too. So those keywords are going to be really, really important. The other thing is, to wrap this up of what's going to be what's going to work as far as marketing and the content we're making. I think we're going to see a lot more traditional marketing kind of pop in, maybe some postcards. I host an event every year with the county. The way, with online and their audience and and all these ways we have to market to people online, the number one way that people come to this conference, the number one ROI that we tracked was postcards. I handwrite a postcard to these people. That's what works. So having maybe those customer notes, those follow-ups, all of that is going to be huge in 2025. So again, if you're a service-based business or even a retail store, get back to the old days where that retail store, if I walked in there and spent $125 on some clothes, get their address, write them a thank you, mail it out. Because guess what? They're going to remember that and they're going to come back. So we want that retention to happen in our marketing this year, right? Also, the customer journey is so important. We are seeing, again, in 2025, we have to have that customer journey nailed down because if we don't, your customers are just going to flop and not know where to go. So we want really good link in bios. We want really good, if you're going to do a freebie, a good freebie. If you're going to do like a micro free mini course or webinar, make sure it's good. It's got value, because value-driven marketing is going to be king this year. So those are all the ways that marketing is going to evolve and change and become different. And it's going to become kind of the old school, the back to basics, and which is so exciting. It's so exciting. So thank you for watching this episode on the Marketing School, and make sure you click below, because there are 2 ways to work with me. One, you can take my 7-day course where we're going to transform your marketing in 7 days. And 2, you get to be included in our membership academy, which is a monthly membership. We meet weekly. We go over how to market your business. So I would love to see you in either one of those, or both. I would love to see you in there. And please leave a really good review if this is on the podcast. I would love to hear that. And make sure to subscribe on all channels. We'll see you soon.